The soul of driftwood. Every piece of driftwood begins its journey as part of a living tree. It grows in forests, sways in the wind, and shelters life. Then one day, nature sets it free. Branches fall, trunks break, roots loosen, and the current carries them away. The wood drifts through rivers, rides across waves, and is shaped by tides, sand, and salt. By the time it washes ashore, driftwood is no longer ordinary wood. It is transformed into something timeless, a sculpture already carved by nature. When artisans take driftwood into their hands, they do not start from nothing. They begin with a piece already full of story. Driftwood carries the marks of storms, the smoothness of water, and the patience of time. To turn it into wall art is not to erase these marks, but to celebrate them. Handcrafted driftwood wall art is not just decoration. It is an invitation to bring the poetry of the ocean and the memory of forests into our homes. Driftwood is more than material. It is philosophy. It teaches us that beauty can come from weathering, that imperfection is art, and that what is discarded can be reborn. This is why driftwood wall art resonates so deeply with people today. In a world of mass production and perfect symmetry, driftwood reminds us that true beauty lies in uniqueness. Driftwood is more than wood. It is more than a branch carried by the tide or a root exposed on a riverbank. Driftwood is the story of nature written slowly, patiently, across years of water, wind, and time. When we speak of driftwood, we are not describing material. We are describing transformation. Every piece of driftwood begins its life as part of a tree. Perhaps it once stood tall in a dense forest, reaching toward the sky, alive with leaves and birdsong. Or perhaps it was a humble branch, part of a tree's endless expansion. At some moment, through storm, flood, or the gentle passage of time, that piece of wood is set free. It falls, breaks, or is carried away, and its journey begins. Driftwood is a traveler. It leaves the stability of soil and ventures into the unknown. Rivers carry it from mountains to plains, from forests to seas. Waves pull it into their rhythm, tumbling it endlessly, reshaping it with each strike of water. The sun bleaches it, the salt preserves it, the sand polishes it. By the time driftwood reaches the shore, it has traveled further than many of us will in our lifetimes. And this is why driftwood feels alive even when it is no longer part of a living tree. Its journey is etched on its surface. The cracks, the curves, the hollowed centers, the smoothed edges, all of these are maps of its voyage. To touch driftwood is to touch history, not in the sense of human years, but in the rhythm of Earth itself. Driftwood as a symbol. Every piece carries deep symbolism. Begins its journey across cultures. Part of a living tree. It has been seen as a metaphor for resilience, sways in the wind, transformation, and shelters and life. Renewal. Then one day, though broken from its tree, driftwood survives. Trunks break. It does not rot away immediately, and the current carries them away. Storms. It would drift through rivers, emerging with a beauty shaped by survival, shaped by tides, transformation, sand, and driftwood salt. Teaches that by the time it washes ashore, but evolution. Driftwood is no longer ordinary. Becomes something new. It is transformed into something greater than itself. A sculpture already carved by nature. Driftwood finds purpose take driftwood into their hands. Whether as a nesting place for birds, do not start from a toy for children. They begin with a piece already full of story. This symbolism is why driftwood carries the marks of storms so powerfully and smoothness of water. When we hang driftwood art on a wall, to turn it into wall art is not to erase these marks, philosophy but to celebrate them. We are reminding ourselves that life's trials is not just decoration, soften us. It is an invitation, still leave us an invitation to bring many poetry of the ocean and the memory of forests into our homes. Pine, driftwood is more than material, each with its own beauty. It is philosophy, grain, and teaches us that beauty can come from weathering. It stands apart because it is not only wood. What is discarded can be transformed by nature's hand. This is why driftwood wall art resonates not in what it was, deeply with but in what it has become. In a world of mass production and perfect symmetry, we must see it not as a resource. Driftwood reminds us as a survivor, a beauty lies in uniqueness, and a work of art created by time itself. It is more than a branch carried by the story of transformation exposed on a river. Ordinary wood is cut. Driftwood is the story of nature written slowly by human hands. Patiently. Across years of water, on the other hand, wind, and time, shaped long before the artisan ever touches it. We are not describing material rivers. We are describing transformation. Every piece journey of transformation, its life, water softens its edges. Perhaps it once stood tall in a dense forest, reaching toward the sky within its pores, alive with leaves and birds its surface, or like perhaps it was a humble branch, sun and wind part of a tree's color to pale silvers, at some moment browns through storm, ghostly grays, or the gentle passage of time. We are not holding ordinary timber free. We are holding wood that has already lived or is carried away. It has been sculpted, tested, driftwood is a traveler. This transformation gives driftwood its unique characters into the unknown. Driftwood carries the mark of time. Rivers carry it from mountains to plains. Driftwood is a map of time to seas. Cracks show where the wood expanded rhythm and contracted, tumbling it endlessly, tides, reshaping it with curves reveal years of rolling across sand. Bleaches it. The salt preserves its body till it polishes it. Shells. By the time driftwood reaches the shore along the way, it has traveled further than many of us will in our lifetimes, uniform and flawless. And this is why driftwood celebrates imperfection, even when it is no longer part of a living tree. No two pieces are ever the same on its surface. Even if two branches come from the same tree, centers, their journeys will differ. All of these are maps will never match. To touch driftwood is individuality preserved by not in the sense of human years, driftwood holds both but in the rhythm of fragility. Part of what makes driftwood unique is its paradox. It is both fragile and strong. Fragile because it has been weathered, worn, and hollowed by time. Strong because it has endured water, storms, and erosion without vanishing. When used in wall art, this balance creates magic. A piece of driftwood may look delicate, but its endurance is written in its fibers. It teaches us that strength is not always about hardness. Sometimes, it is about surviving change. The unique texture and color of driftwood. Wood fresh from the forest has familiar tones, golden browns, deep mahogany reds, or pale creamy whites. Driftwood, however, carries a palette unlike any other. The bleaching effect of salt and sun creates soft silvers, smoky grays, and faded whites. Its texture is often smoother, softer to the touch, yet marked with natural scars. This combination of weathered color and tactile texture makes driftwood an artist's dream. It pairs beautifully with modern minimalist homes, rustic cabins, coastal interiors, and even luxury spaces seeking authenticity. Its uniqueness lies in the fact that it does not need artificial staining or finishing. Nature has already given it character. Driftwood is eco-friendly by nature. In today's world, where sustainability matters more than ever, driftwood has a unique advantage. Unlike freshly cut timber, it does not require trees to be felled. It is wood already released by nature, repurposed, and given new life. When artisans create wall art from driftwood, they are not taking life from the forest. They are recycling what nature has left behind. This makes driftwood unique not only in appearance, but also in value. Each piece is a sustainable expression of beauty, a reminder that art can emerge without harm. Driftwood as a natural sculpture. Where other woods require human effort to become art, driftwood arrives halfway there. Its twisted forms may resemble flowing rivers, abstract figures, or even mythical creatures. Some pieces look like wings, others look like waves frozen in time. This natural sculptural quality is what sets driftwood apart. Artists do not need to carve new shapes. They need only highlight what is already there. The uniqueness of driftwood lies in this dialogue between natural form and human imagination. Driftwood holds symbolism rare in other woods. Because of its journey, driftwood carries meanings that no ordinary timber can claim. It symbolizes resilience, enduring storms, and still arriving whole. Freedom, wandering rivers and seas with no destination. Renewal, finding new purpose as art after drifting ashore. This symbolic richness makes driftwood unique not just as a material, but as a message. Hanging driftwood art on a wall is not just aesthetic, it is philosophical. It tells us that what is weathered can still be beautiful, what is broken can still find meaning, and what drifts away can return with new purpose. Driftwood creates connection. Finally, driftwood is unique because it connects us. It connects us to nature, reminding us of forests, rivers, and oceans. It connects us to time, showing us how patience can shape beauty. It connects us to artisans, who see in its form a story worth preserving. And most importantly, it connects us to ourselves, reminding us that our lives, too, are shaped by currents, storms, and seasons.